Okay, so somebody asked me about book recommendations. So this might seem an odd list for a self-defense person, but not so if you think about it on the other end. We are more than just martial arts. Anyway, one of my recommendations, and I have a really long list, but I'm going to pare it down to like 5 of them today or so. If You Want to Write by Brenda Ueland. It was first published in 1938, which tells you the era. But it's, as she says, everyone is talented, original, and has something important to say. That's the heart of this book. And it's a short, thin book. You can go through it really quickly. But it's very important, and it speaks to everyone who thinks they are untalented. Highly recommended. Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain. So that was by Betty Edwards. If you didn't think you could draw, she will prove you wrong. You just follow these simple and seemingly odd exercises, and all of a sudden you'll tap into another part of you that is not the kind that is seeking the attention and for activity and I must do this and whatnot. It basically shuts that down and really goes into the part of the brain or the mind that enjoys detail, excruciating detail. And it sounds like that might be a painful experience, but it's really liberating, and you will do more than you possibly thought you could with drawing. Next one is On Writing by Stephen King. So I don't really have to say too much about Stephen King, but he actually wrote a book on writing. And one of the things that stood out to me greatly was his experience when he was younger, watching somebody behind a desk go through his work, his writing, and just scratch out stuff and highlight. And he was like, as he says it well in his book, obviously far better than I will, but he had never seen anybody actually go through the process of editing like that and chopping out. And the guy basically said, oh, it's mostly good, because he saw his terrified face and thought that maybe it was, that he was horrified because of what he was doing. And it was like, no, Stephen King was completely surprised or in awe of watching the process. Says it far better, but he peppers it with many anecdotes. It's a book that you can pick up at any time and read. Worth reading. The other one is Neurotribes by Steve Silberman. I'll put all of these links in the description below. But basically, this is a massive undertaking. It's incredible how much information he has accumulated and organized and put in there. It's basically on autism and neurodiversity. And for those of you who don't know, I am autistic, so and some of you who know me may have already grasped that, but it will help you understand the horrors of the social system, of the medical system, psychiatry and so forth. Some of the tales are really, you got to have a thick skin on some of these to read, but it's a graphic understanding of what happened throughout history and and where we are today as far as recognizing that it is genetics, it's passed on and so forth, and how it's actually valued, because you're going to find a lot of people in science, writers and so forth as well, but who are autistic. We're not all bad, We have this book, like I said, was a massive undertaking that educates you on all of the key points throughout history. I can't say enough about it. It's just so extensive and deep and so valuable of a read. The next one is Daily Rituals by Mason Curry. This is a really enjoyable read. They're basically little vignettes of what famous people in sciences, in art, in medical field and things throughout history, and going way back where he actually found out, and through deep research, these little pockets, little informative vignettes. There are just hundreds of them that you can go through at any time, pick it up and read anywhere you want, and you'll find something valuable. You'll find out what these individual artists did during their day for their process, whether it was writing, painting, or whatnot, and what they did when they got up, what they drank, did they go for a walk, that sort of thing. Did they socialize? Did they have any particular ritual that they did during their day that was unusual? And some of them are really extensively unusual, and some it's like, how did they ever get any work done, that sort of thing. But it covers like just a day or two of their, and short little clips, but really gets you an understanding of we human beings and how, however we do it, however we get done what we get done as far as our creative expressions and so forth, or our work, is valuable. You're valuable. That's what you'll come away with. But you'll get a reference for all of these people, and you'll see all these different things that they did in their time period that was acceptable at that time and so forth. It's an enlightening read. It's really good. So that's where I'll stop. I certainly have a lot more, and let me know if you're interested in me doing another one, or if this is enough. So this is normally self-defense, but part of the self-defense is just understanding who we are. So a lot of the fighting and our psychology going into things, if we understand that the person that we're going to be possibly in an encounter with, wherever it happens to be, we understand that they're not just what they look like on the outside. They're not just their actions at that point, but there's a whole lot going on behind, and the value of human beings. I think these books help you understand that a bit more. And martial artists aren't just martial artists. Self-defense people, such as myself and the people I train, they're extensively talented, and they have such a deep life beyond what you see in our videos. So if you come away with anything else, this was a little peek into some of the things that were formative and what I enjoy reading and what I am drawn to. As I said, I'll put the links for the books in the description below so that you can all go through there and have perhaps new opportunities and perspectives that you didn't or weren't exposed to before. And I hope these help. Okay, thank you.